GamePhace.com. Game Face. Yo, the Reefer Revolution is not going to be televised. It's going to be digitalized. There's no reason to tell the man to go to hell when you can write it in HTML.
I can't believe what's going on. I'm actually calling the court, calling the police officers, asking them for my personal property back, marijuana, and they're responding. So once again, I want to say thank you to the American people out there that believe in this private sector that allows us to conduct business. We did come here for the non-human consumption. We're trying to create jobs.
Attorney Cheryl Mancini available?
No, she isn't in the office right now. Would you like to leave a message for her on her voicemail?
No, I've left several and I haven't had a response yet. I'll try the court. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
You have reached the town of Nichols. If you know your party's extension number,
Your call is being transferred. Good afternoon, Nichols Town Court.
Good afternoon. Is Judge Lynette Nichols available?
Sure, man. Tell her who's calling.
This is Robert H. Moore, Jr.
Hold on, please. Good afternoon, this is Judge Nichols. How may I help you?
Good afternoon, Judge. I received your letter that you sent me, and I'm trying to figure out where's my personal property. You sent the letter, but I didn't receive my property with it. How do we go about me retrieving my property?
You would have to, I'm guessing, call the state police barracks to find out where it is. I don't have anything to do with that.
So, okay, I have to call who? I don't want, well, this is the thing. I don't want you to guess. I need to know exactly where I need to go to retrieve my property. Remember, you guys sent me the complaint for me to show it, meaning that you had my property, the town. So I'm asking you, who do I contact right now after you so I can retrieve my personal property?
You can call the state police barracks.
So you don't have a direct number who you would deal with in this situation.
I don't have anything to do with the return of property, so this is not something I deal with.
Okay, ma'am.
It's state private.
Department you're referring me to?
State police barracks in Owego is 607
Yes, ma'am.
687
Yes, ma'am.
6955.
6955. Is there an officer that I might ask for?
I have no idea. Like I said, I don't have anything to do with this, but
And
that's the best direction I can point you in.
this is a state police barracks,
Yes.
Oswego. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. How you doing? I was involved with a case that was dismissed, and one of your officers actually took my personal property. I was told by the judge I have to call you guys to figure out how to retrieve my personal property.
okay. What's your name, sir?
My name is Robert H. Moore, Jr.
Okay.
Officer Randy Smith was the issuing officer for the ticket that was dismissed.
Okay, let me get your name again. Robert?
Robert H. Moore, Jr.
M-O...
O-R-E.
2 O's?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
4/11/73.
Okay. You said it was Junior?
Yes, sir. Do you need the case number?
You have the case number?
Absolutely. It's 13110-168.
Okay. Was the arrest back in November?
There was no arrest. It was just they issued the ticket and took my property, and then I had to show up for court. And I showed up for court, and after 3 months, I received documentation from the court and from the district attorney's office.
Okay, hold on a second. Oh, okay. So you were issued a ticket for unlawful possession of marijuana?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the property that I'm referring to is a white container and about 3.5 grams of industrial hemp cannabis marijuana. I'm sure they probably used a sample of it for testing at the lab, but I hope they didn't, get rid of my property.
Okay, what's the number to reach you?
201-509-9784.
Okay.
All right. Will I be contacted today, sir?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Just in case I don't get a chance to speak with you tomorrow, is there somebody else that you might refer me to that I need to speak to?
Well, no, I'll be contacting you. I just gotta get a hold of, our evidence guys.
Okay.
And we don't have a disposition from the court yet. When did you go to court?
December 9th. What was your name, sir?
It's Sergeant Bell, B-E-L-L.
Sergeant Bell. Okay. I went to court on December 9th, and there were several court dates that were scheduled, but they came to the conclusion that it's going to be dismissed, and they sent me documentation dismissing it.
Okay.
So there hasn't been. I don't know if there.
What court? What court was that?
Nichols Town Court.
Okay. And what was the date it was dismissed?
I have a dismissal from the Office of the District Attorney, County of Tioga, March 7th, 2014, and I received, that's from the District Attorney to the judge, and the judge to me is March 17th, 2014. Yeah, March 17th.
Okay. And that's from the court to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be back in touch with you.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, yeah. Bye.
Have a good day.
Okay, now that was a police officer attempting to help me retrieve my personal tangible property, industrial hemp, cannabis sativa, marijuana, from the town in the town of Nichols. And hold up. All in all, the fight's not over yet, so we're gonna have to keep pushing on until I retrieve my property. And once I retrieve my property, then I think it's gonna be a brand new day in America. I'm an 885, Fed Schedule 1, marijuana exempt, industrial hemp of New Jersey. Put your game face on. I do.
Sergeant Bell, how you doing, sir?
Good. I just contacted the district attorney's office
Yes, sir.
and spoke with the assistant district attorney that was handling the case. And she said we can give you the container back, but we cannot give you the marijuana back.
That's my personal property. So let me so I'm clear. Because I've tried to contact Assistant District Attorney Mancini on several occasions, more than 3 times, and she hasn't contacted me back personally. Like I try to explain to her, I exist under an existing federal law. I'm an exemption. So everything that agent took from me that day out there on the road, everything, my container and approximately 3.5 grams of industrial hemp cannabis sativa that belongs to Fed Schedule 1 marijuana exempt industrial hemp of New Jersey, is to be
sent back to me, every piece of it. This is a federal matter. I don't want to take it further. I appreciate them even dismissing this case. But I want every piece of my property returned to me by the state of New York, because that's who you're representing now. I told them, the sergeant that came out there, I didn't get a chance to speak to him, but they saw the documentation, and I asked them not to do this. So,
The district attorney stated.
I'm sorry?
Okay. It's up to the district attorney's office.
Okay, so what I'm explaining to you, sir, what I'm explaining to you, because you are a public servant, what I'm explaining to you is that I need you to contact that assistant attorney, because I've contacted her more than 3 times, and she has not returned my call. You just said you got off the phone with her. I called her before I called you, sir, to find out the right direction. So now, because, like I said, I'm an exemption 885. That's an existing federal law. I'm asking you, please contact Assistant Mancini and tell her to call Mr. Moore, because I've called her on more than 3 occasions, sir. I appreciate your time. I heard what you said. I'm asking you. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm asking you, please call her back and to give me a call so that we can end it at this. Again, this is a marijuana case that you all dismissed with prejudice. So all I'm asking now is for my personal tangible property. Industrial hemp, cannabis sativa, marijuana.
Please, first of all, please lower your voice. You don't need to scream at me.
I'm passionate. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you in any way. I'm just passionate because I'm trying to help the American people, sir. I'm trying to help the American people, and I'm doing it the right way. You have to think yourself. You have to think. I'm here calling you, asking you to return my...
Sir, listen to me. I understand what you're saying. I don't have any say in whether this goes back to you or not. She advised, okay, that the only documentation you had was that you can possess it in New Jersey.
Well, okay.
Okay? Which in New York State...
Wait a minute. So time out. So now you...
I'm just telling you what she said.
Look.
She said that if you wanted to talk to her, you can call the office and she will get back to you. I don't know what else to tell you besides that.
Well,
Okay? Except for the only thing I can ask you is, do you want the container back?
Absolute. I want my property back. I want everything. I want everything back. You guys have no idea how bad you negatived me that day. You have no idea. I'm a private business that's allowed to do what I said, and look what we're having a conversation about. I don't want to take it any further. I'm an 885. You have to look at that's existing federal law, sir. You deal with state law. When it comes to marijuana, federal supersedes state. Period. End of story. Especially when it comes to exemptions. I don't want to debate federal law with you. I'm asking you to help me, help America, help the farmers. That's what I'm asking you.
I cannot give you anything back without the district attorney.
I'm not asking you to give it back to me now. I told you I understand that. What I'm asking you is, I've called the district attorney on more than 3 occasions. She has not returned my call. You called her today one time, and now you're transferring information. I've been trying to contact her before I even got to you, sir. So all I'm saying is, please.
I don't know where she was earlier or how soon or earlier you called.
I mean,
but
right.
if you call the district attorney's office, she will get back to you.
Sergeant Bell, I appreciate it. Again, I'm not yelling. I'm passionate because this is the right thing to do, and I'm trying to do the right thing. So I'm passionate. I don't want.
I've never seen anybody
Ask him for the number that he called from.
that is allowed in New York. I mean, even medical in New York State.
I'm not talking medical. No.
It's not legal.
No, non-human.
I mean, you might want to just research that a little bit more.
Okay.
As far as carrying it from state to state.
Okay, and again, what I'm trying to share with you, when it comes to marijuana, federal supersedes state. I came here for the non-human consumption. I pay taxes on research and development. I get to study that plant from the seed to the flower. You guys don't know everything that's going on in federal. That's why we're having this conversation, sir.
No, she said she advised me that she contacted the U.S. Attorney's Office in Binghamton.
Oh, get out of
They
here.
were in agreement with her.
Oh, really? So now you're trying to tell me that prosecutor got in touch with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Binghamton?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have to.
Have you called them?
No, that's not my job, sir. Federal supersedes state. That's why.
They are the federal law.
Okay. Well,
The U.S. Attorney's Office is the federal law.
so the U.S.
They prosecute federal crimes.
Right. So the U.S. Attorney advised that your local court to dismiss my marijuana.
That's not what I said.
Well, what else could it be? If you're saying that she reached out to the U.S. Attorney's office and the U.S. Attorney's office told her to dismiss my case because I failed to show up for court 3 times, when I told them I'm not coming for a bench trial,
I'm not.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. She.
Not following you on that. What I'm saying is
Tell her.
that when I asked her if you had a license that allowed you to carry it in New York State, she said that she conferred with the U.S. Attorney's Office, okay, who confirmed with her that yes, you could have it in New Jersey, but not in New York.
Okay. Well, I definitely, like I said,
That's where, like I said, if you can contact the U.S. Attorney's Office, I mean, if you're allowed to carry it nationwide, you should have something that says.
I did, and they wouldn't allow me to go to trial. I did have something. And that's why they dismissed the case. I did have something. That's why. I did. That's why the case was dismissed, and that's why I'm on the phone with you trying to get it back. Because I did have something. That's why she contacted U.S. Attorney's Office. Because I did have something. It exists. I did have something. That's why it was dismissed, sir. That's why. Do you know what it was? No. But I did have something. And that's why it was dismissed in that courtroom. Because I told Officer Randy, please don't make this mistake.
I thought you just said it was dismissed because you weren't showing up to court.
Absolutely. I wasn't showing up to court because they didn't have jurisdiction. It's a federal matter. So for me to show up in their court would give them jurisdiction. No, you contact the federal government first, and then I'll show up to court with you. They didn't want to do that. They dismissed it because I had the proper documentation, sir. That's why. They dismissed it. So all I want...
I'm not following you. All I can tell you is what she told me. What you said doesn't really make sense to me.
It wouldn't because you don't understand federal law. The only thing that I ask is...
I do understand federal law.
So then you understand that when it comes to marijuana, federal supersedes state. Anywhere. Anywhere.
If it was a federal law, well, I'm not gonna, get into that with you, really anymore, I guess. But, all I can tell you is to contact the DA's office.
All right.
And if you want the plastic container back,
Yes.
call us back and let us know.
Yes. I want the plastic container back, and I want my other property.
That I cannot give to you.
Okay. Well, can you mail my personal container back to me today, sir, or tomorrow, sir?
Well, it's in Albany. It's going to take me a while. I have to contact our evidence custodian, and it'll take a while. But once it's here, I will let you know.
Well, can you just mail it to me? I live 3 hours away. I drove there.
Because we have to have a signed receipt for it.
Okay.
You have to
Understood.
sign a receipt.
Understood.
When we actually give it to you, we can't mail it.
Understood. Understood.
Okay. So
Yes,
when
sir.
it comes here, you want us to get a hold of you to come pick it up?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
All right. I thank you for your time, Officer Bill.
All right.
Sergeant Bill.
No problem. Take care.
You too, sir. Bye. Wow, yeah, there was a little bit of aggression because I'm tired. Like, there's nothing to debate about or talk about. Actually, I'm not even going to get into it. You heard a little bit of what he had to say. That U.S. Attorney, so now the federal government was made aware of my case, seems like, according to Sergeant Bell, coming from Assistant District Attorney Mancini. At least that's what he said. We'll see what happens.
Good morning. Is Assistant DA Cheryl Mancini available?
No, she isn't. She's on vacation this week.
All right. I'll try back next week.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
NJWeedman.com. Yo, here's the question I got. Why was Mr. Robert Moore pulled over, detained, had his marijuana confiscated, and he was not prosecuted? Now, he tells us a compelling reason why. You need to hear this man's story, and should that apply to us, is his argument righteous and truthful?
You can't convince me that I'm not, 'cause it's inside of me, and no one can take that away.
You can't stop me, I came here to win. I came here to win. You can't stop me, I came here to win. I came here to win.
I'm a boss, I'm a brother, I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm the shooter and the martyr. Get money, hustle smarter, not harder. 'Cause if they ain't talking paper cap, don't even bother. Rich lingo, ain't gotta sell a single. Get that ass cap, or get that arrow clap, ass cap. We talking about money or rap. We be getting paper all over the map. Hey, no frill, Nick, ain't shoot to me. They don't win no victory. See cap, no limit, he Master P. You no brain, R.I.P. Yeah.
You can't stop me, I came here to win. I came here to win. You can't stop me, I came here to win. I came here to win.
I am a champion. You can't convince me that I'm not, 'cause it's inside of me, and no one can take that away. So don't ask me if I rap and how I got in it. I teach you how to eat, from hunger to getting over it. See, for me there ain't no limit. My flow sick, more like a virus be, so that everybody can get it. I'm on it, man, you all that came with it. Told you not to bite the fruit, but yo still did it. I still spit it for the streets, still spit it for the weak, meek and mine. 'Cause the weak rhymes ain't as real as mine. Don't make me feature mine. Big biz, Gucci, now the streets is mine. And yo, we prize fight for this, like the bark the fifth. I won't incriminate myself, I plead the fifth.
You can't stop me, I came here to win.